Okay, g'day guys, this is Tia and welcome back to another Fallout 76 PTS video. In this one, we are going to be taking a quick sneak peek at all of the 4-star legendary effects that I believe are available to us at the moment. We've got pair armor, and weapons, I believe. Let's get a sneak peek. This wasn't listed anywhere in the patch notes, but it's here, miraculously. I saw Turtle did a video on it, I haven't watched it yet, but he's probably dived into it a little bit deeper. But I'm just going to show what's there, because this is really cool. So let's just list them off one by one and talk about them a little bit, I guess. So we've got bullies. When attacking outside of VATS, deal 50% bonus weak point damage. That's nice. So if you don't want to use VATS, this is your go-to. 1000% go-to right there. More weak point damage, just don't use VATS and aim for the head in most cases, if that's the weak point. Conductors. Critical hits fully restore AP and health. That's fucking insane. You can crit every second shot on most builds. The only build that struggles with that is pair armor, and they can get close. So fully restored AP and health, basically every second shot, is insanity. I don't know about this one. That one's too powerful for our mortal hands, I think. Electricians. When reloading, emit a shockwave that stuns nearby targets for 5 seconds. 10-second cooldown. That's really unique and cool. Basically, what's that pistol? I forgot what it's called, but there's a pistol. Every time you fire the last bullet, you have a stun effect. It'll basically be that, but on you. That's cool. I can't say how useful it will actually be for, dealing damage. Might be useful in group scenarios, especially in raids. It might be useful. But yeah, that's cool. Encirclers. The greater the number of combat targets around you, the greater your damage output. I don't know the values for this. It doesn't say anywhere. But let's just put it out there. It's like this. If there's one target, you deal 10% more damage. 2 targets, 20. So on and so forth. 10 targets, 100% more damage? Question mark? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But that's cool. It's basically that one perk that Preston Garvey gives you. To United We Stand. In a 4th legendary effect fashion. You know what I'm trying to say. Then we've got Fracturers. When crippling limbs, so if you cripple an enemy's limb, they explode and deal up to 150 explosive damage to nearby targets. That's interesting. That is going to be very, very potent and powerful on melee builds and shotgun builds, because shotguns can basically cripple everything, every limb, just like that. So assuming every limb deals an independent explosion, that could be head, torso, both arms, both legs. That's 6 explosions, all dealing 150 damage, basically in a few shots at most. Melee, especially auto melee, you have a very high chance to cripple limbs, thanks to twisted muscles. So that's going to be massive explosions on explosions on explosions, on top of your exploding palm, on top of your collateral damage legendary perks, so that could be really interesting there. Rifles and pistols, meh, you might see some use out of this. Heavy gunners, you've got a good chance to cripple things thanks to... Is it stabilized? No. There's another perk, I forgot what it is. But heavy gunners might get some use out of this too. Is it the best? Probably not. Is it awesome? Fuck yeah. Then we've got pinpointers. 25% damage when targeting enemy limbs like arms and legs. Not the greatest. You already get a 100% bonus damage when you're targeting the weak spot. So why would you purposefully choose to target the arms and legs for less damage benefit? Not that great. Definitely a terrible 4-star effect. Polished. The greater the equipped item condition, 100%. The greater the weapon damage, up to 60%. So, assuming we don't... Well, I guess it counts if you do it, but while your item is over-repaired, and then as it dips down from 100%, slowly down, down, and down, you get a maximum bonus of 60% extra damage, then going down and down, down with your degradation of the weapon. If you remember, in year 1 of Fallout 76 being out, this is how weapons used to work anyway by default. If we over-repaired our weapons, we got bonus damage. That was taken out after 1 year of the game being out, I think. So I guess, cool to see it back in the form of a legendary perk. Is it the greatest? No. Weapons break, you'll be slowly losing your damage, it's not consistent. Is it awesome? Yes. I can get behind it, but I won't use it. Pyromaniacs. When a combat target is burning, deal 50% bonus damage. This is going to be unreal for flamer weapons and this Gatling Plasma. So I can light things on fire and basically get a permanent 50% bonus damage effect. That's great. That's so great. That's great for so many weapons. That synergizes so well with a lot of weapons. I can really get behind that one. That's going to be fantastic and powerful. One of the go-tos, depending on your weapon. Obviously, if your weapon might benefit more with something else, even if it does deal fire damage. It depends. Flamers and Gatling Plasmas now, I can see that being very powerful on. By the way, if you have no idea about the Gatling Plasma changes, I have a video going over it. I'll link it in the top right. Then we have Slayers, 50% damage against legendary and raid combatants. So basically, this is just 50% more damage against bosses. So like Earl Williams, Scorchbeast Queen, you know, all of those types of bosses because they're legendary. And just any random legendaries you find in the Wasteland. Not needed there, but it's nice to have. And just all raid combatants in general. That's great. This is basically that Slayer boost effect, I forget what it's called, in ESO. So you basically have bonus damage for when you're against trials or monsters in trials or dungeons and stuff like that. This is basically that. So I can get behind that. That's fucking awesome. It's great to have a permanent boost in that scenario. And it seems that we've got a theme of like the most that these 4 stars want to give you is 50%. Sometimes it will go higher, but 50% seems to be the most extra damage we can get. Then we've got stabilizers. Improve weapon recoil and stability by 50%. Snore, no one cares about that. Just aim better, get good, skill issue. There's far better options here for 4 stars. Vipers, when a combat target is poisoned, deal 50% bonus damage. This is what I was talking about where it might be better off on a different weapon when I was talking about Pyromaniacs. Exact same one, just with poison. So yeah, awesome. And that does it for our weapons so far. I have to specify that this is not the complete list, and this is ongoing. So we might see these effects completely changed, removed, added. I don't know. There's more to come. That's all I can say. Alright, I have to come on over to my melee character to try it and see if there's any other legendary perks for melee. I think there is. I would assume there is, because there's always specific legendary effects for melee. So, let's see. Let's just modify this one. Stuff it. Alright, oh yeah, there is. Okay. So we know Bully, that's, yep, seen that already. Seen combo, oh no, combo breaker's new. When dealing damage, 50% chance to not use AP. But 10% chance for auto melee weapons as well, okay. So that's pretty good for pair attack builds actually. That might go hand in hand for the pair attack build that doesn't really want to be using crits and all that sort of stuff. Neat. Auto melee weapons always use AP, so that's interesting. Does that just mean sometimes the 10% chance that it won't? Cool. Conductors is on here too. Fuck. Circular. Fences is new. 10% melee damage when 1 or more teammates are nearby. Up to 40% on full team. Oh sweet, so just a 40% melee damage boost if you got teammates nearby. I don't know how close they have to be. Likely I won't be picking this one up. Fracture, we know that one. Icement. Applies cryo on hit that slow targets when dealing damage. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. That could have a lot of utility value. Adding a cryo slow effect on a lot of melee weapons could be very interesting and helpful. Because you're up in their face, having them slowed down, you know, they might be very handy. Help you defeat some enemies. Polished. There we go. Pounders. 10% damage after each consecutive melee hit on the same target. Up to 100%. Oh, wow. That could be pretty interesting. That's like a very good version of Furious, but only for melee. Auto melees stick out my head straight away. That's going to max out straight away, so just a permanent 100% damage boost for auto melee. Beyond that, if you're using regular melee, like on a boss, this is going to be very useful. Pyro is going to be very useful here too for some fire melee weapons. Yeah, good about that. Players, Vipers. Okay, so that's it. Just a few unique ones here, and they are all very solid. Just what I expect. Let me get some regular armor out, because I don't have any. Sorry, love, I'm taking your armor. Alright, regular armor. I don't know if it's different to power armor, but we'll see. Someone's doing a neurological warfare. Have fun, mate. Add legendary effects. And then 4-star. Okay. So. Neat. Let's see. Battle loaders. 15% chance to instantly reload when bashing enemies. Up to 75% chance on full stack. What's the full stack? I don't get that. 15% chance to instantly reload when bashing enemies. Up to 75% chance on full stack. Oh, full set of armor. Is that what it means? 15% per piece of armor. Damn, okay, so it stacks on full stack. That's sick. So every bash, just 75% chance to instantly reload if you got a full set. That's neat. I can see a use case for that on a lot of weapons. Will I use it over some of these other ones? I don't know yet. I don't know what's to come. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Bruisers. Melee weapons. Oh, I'm going to use this on my melee character, I can already tell. Melee weapons deal 5% bonus damage. Up to 25% on full stack. Awesome. Just straight up more melee damage. I'll take it. Obviously, useful for melee builds. Limit breaking. Each worn armor piece reduces the cost of critical hits by 10%, up to 50% on full stack. What does it mean by cost? Is this like the AP cost? Or like how fast your crit meter fills? I'm assuming it's AP. So every time you do a critical, it's 50% less. If you got a full suit, it's 50% less AP for that critical shot. That's neat. I could see synergization there. Not too sure about that. When hit, a poisonous dot cloud harms nearby targets for 10 seconds. Dot damage increases per equipped piece. Okay, interesting. So this is basically Strangleheart with the old ricochet. Every time you get hit, a poisonous dot cloud will then hurt whatever hit you. And obviously more damage and more pieces. Neat. How do you say that? Miasmas. Miasmas. I don't know. That's cool. That's a cool concept. I can get behind it. Mole rats. HP regenerates slowly while in interiors. 1 PT per second. Up to 5 PTs per second on full stack. Oh, points. PTS means points. PT means point. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't just say 1 HP per second and 5 HP per second on full stack. That would make more sense. Not confuse idiots like me. Snore. I don't like effects that specify inside, outside, or this sort of shit. And it's not that great anyway. Constantly healing 5 points on a full set. Not that great. Don't need it. Rangers. Ranged weapon deals 5% bonus. Oh, okay, sick. So this is just the opposite of bruisers for ranged weapons. Awesome. If you just straight up want more bonus damage, you can use it. If you want something cool that can give you utility, go with that instead. But yeah, sick. Rangers. That's sick. Runners. AP sprinting cost reduced by 20% whilst outdoors. Okay, another thing. So just that effect in general, even if it didn't have the whilst outdoors thing, I wouldn't use it. Oh, hold on. Up to 100% on full stack. Okay. So you cost no AP when you're sprinting? I guess. Well, only while outdoors though. I guess that's cool if it's no AP. It's hard to say. I wouldn't choose this directly over any of these other ones so far. Gonna go with no. And then tankies. Standing still nullifies ballistic damage by 15% for 10 seconds. 20-second cooldown. Up to 75% on full stack. This is just the old Sentinels. This is Sentinels on top of Sentinels. This is Titans. The old Titans effect. You remember that? Okay, so stand still. Bang. That synergizes with the Sentinels. Just it reduces all incoming Ballistic damage only. Specifies ballistic, so not energy, fire, cryo, poison. Ballistic damage by 75% for a full 10 seconds with 20-second cooldown. That's a 50% uptime. 10 seconds on, 20 seconds off. That's cool. Oh, sorry, not 50% uptime. Is it 25% uptime? That's cool. I can get behind tankies. That is awesome. Now let's go see if there's anything separate or special for power armors. I would assume so. There's normally separate stuff for power armor in this game. Imagine the only thing that's different is we just don't have access to tanky, because that's so powerful. Alright. Oh, we got more stuff. Aegis. Okay. Reduce incoming damage for all teammates within a 50-meter radius by 5%, up to 20. Oh, that's awesome. So they're so going in a direction of, if you're in power armor, you're the tank. Like, all MMOs have a tank class. Power armor is that. This is so akin to so many tank role perks in like ESO. Reduce incoming damage for all your teammates within a 50-meter radius by 5%. This is going to be the go-to for like raids. 100%. I can already tell. If you have a tank on your team, their goal is to, you know, take aggro and stop your teammates from dying. Little bit like a healer, but instead of healing your health, it's reducing the damage you take. Fuck yeah. Battle loaders, bruisers, we already know. Choo-choos. 10% chance for 500 damage and bloody mess when sprinting into targets. Up to 50% chance on full stack. Yo. So this is obviously synergizing with Pain Train. You're in power armor, sprint into things. You got a 50% chance with a full set to deal 500 damage and just bloody mess gibify, explode the enemy. That's fucking awesome. Is it essential? Is it the best? Is it, you know, something that you should pick? I don't know, probably not. But it's fucking awesome. That's sick. Limit breaking, miasmas, mole rats we know. Pelling. Movement and sprint speed increased by 5%, up to 25% on full stack. Well, currently on live, Speed Demon maxes out your speed, movement speed, and you can't move any faster no matter how many speed increasing effects you add. So this may or may not be useless if they change that or not. If they don't change it and we can go beyond our current movement speed limitation, this could be alright. I wouldn't use it though. It could be alright though. Radioactive powered. Gain 2 AP regeneration at the cost of rads, up to 10 AP on full stack. So bloodied builds, you're just constantly regenning AP. Nice. I can get behind that, that's cool. Ranges we know, reflective. Return 10% of damage received from an enemy target back towards them, up to 50% on full stack. Okay. So just, there's no chance for that. It's just straight up every time you're attacked. Every single damage you take, 50% of that damage is returned back to the thing that hurt you. That's going to be fucking powerful. That's actually going to be very powerful. Especially in PvP. Wow, okay. Yeah, reflective. Cool. Rejuvenators. Gradually restores wearers and teammates' health and AP within a 50-meter radius. See, this is what I mean. Tank rolls. So, depending on how many players we can have in our raid team, one player would rock Aegis, and the other would rock this, Rejuvenators, just to help your teammates regen their health and AP. That's awesome. I love it. I love that stuff like this is being added. Although I do wish that this was on regular armor so that I could put that on my solar armor for my healer. That seems like more of a healer type thing. But anyway, runners we know. Scanners. AP cost of VATS attacks reduced by 10% up to 50% on full stack. Oh, that's insane. That's broken. That's broken. I don't even need to say why. That's just fucking powerful and broken. AP cost is already such an issue in this game, and now we can reduce it further by another 50%. Nuts. Okay, Stalwarts. Plus 50 damage and energy resist to user and all teammates within a 50-meter radius. Up to 250 damage and energy on full stack. Very nice. Okay. So another tank type thing. Instead of reducing the damage by percent, which I think A just did. Yeah, instead of taking 25% less damage, you just give everyone 250 more damage and energy resistance. I think the other one's going to be better if you had to pick. And we know what Tankies does. Wow, that's actually incredible. These 4 stars are incredible. I like a good majority of them. A lot of them are probably need tweaking. They're way too powerful. A lot of them I would like to see on regular armor as well, but it probably will happen down the line. This is all a work in progress after all. Awesome. Sick. Amazing. I love it. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, if you learned something new, if you're looking forward to this stuff coming, let me know in the comments. Yeah, let's roll the outro. Peace. That's going to do it for me. A massive shout out to all of my channel members. You're all legends, and thank you for your continued support on the channel. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me further, then consider becoming a member or check out my merch store. We've got a lot of great designs and benefits, so be sure to check that out in the description. And while you're down there, chuck me a follow on my other social medias and join my Discord. Subscribe if you're new and like the video if you've enjoyed. I've been Tia, and I'll catch us in the next one. Welcome to Valhalla.